Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. This time we are going to talk about a couple books that I want to read. One I'm currently reading, and I already showed you in my other video, which was Heartless by Jana Showalter. The next book I want to talk about is The Warlord by Jana Showalter as well. That is one I want to read very much. And another one that I want to read is To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, by Christopher Paolini. That is another one that I very much want to read. I tried to read it once before, but I could not get into it, unfortunately. So I want to try to read it this time. Just so I read it and, just to make sure that I can get into it and all that. I do want to talk about a couple of other books that I want to read. It's probably not going to be this week, but I'm hoping it will be. So as soon as I'm done this video, I'm going to go have a soak in the tub and I'm going to read my book. Okay. I almost dropped books. So these ones I'm going to go through quite quickly. I'm just going to have them on the floor. They're in no order at all. I'm going to say these are probably the ones that I want to read this month. A few of them are due. These are from the library. So a few of them are due very soon. So I want to get to them as soon as I can. The first book that I'm going to talk about is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. She is one of my favorite authors. She also wrote Six of Crows. So I'm very much hoping that I enjoy this. I don't even know what it's about. Oh, it says, Galaxy Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class. Raised in the Los Angeles hinterlands by a hippie mom, Alex dropped out of school early and into a world of shady drug dealer boyfriends, dead-end jobs, and much, much worse. In fact, by age 20, she's the sole survivor of a horrific, unsolved multiple homicides. Some might say she's thrown her life away. But at her hospital bedside, Alex is offered a second chance to attend one of the world's most prestigious universities on a full ride. What's the catch and why her? Still searching for answers, Alex arrives in New Haven, tasked by her mysterious benefactors with monitoring the activities of Yale's secret societies. Their 8 windowless tombs are the well-known haunts of the rich and powerful, from raking politicos to Wall Street's the biggest players. But their occult activities are more sinister and more extraordinary than any paranoid imagination might conceive. They tamper with forbidden magic. They raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. That sounds really freaking good. I didn't even know what this was about. I literally only checked it out because what I do to save a little bit of money, it depends though, is I will borrow the books from the library, and if I like them, then I will buy the actual copy of it so I can have it at my house. And if I don't like it, I DNF it and I return it to the library. So that's one of the books that I'm really excited about. I probably will just read the back of all the synopsis. Can't talk. so that you guys can kind of get the gist of it and what you want to do and all that fun stuff. Okay, so the next book that I want to read is kind of a younger book, but I seriously adore this movie. Now, I did not know it was based off of a book. Like, I had no idea it was based off a book. Like, this comes to a shock to me as I was watching another fellow booktuber's site, booktuber account, whatever you want to call it. I was watching another booktuber's video, and this book popped up, which is Matilda by Roald Dahl. So I am pretty freaking excited to read this. It has illustrations. That's awesome. That is so cool. I am really excited about this book. It's been forever since I even realized that this was a book. Give me a baby. Oh, say hello. Hello. It's my other cat. Hello, baby. What you doing? What you doing? But yeah, so that's the second book that I am looking forward to reading. My cats decide to lay on me. You just distract me when I'm trying to do a video. Okay, he's distracting, but I don't care. He's a lovely baby. I love my bubbles. Okay, so if I'm correct, this will be the first book in the series. Goodbye, baby. I think it's the first book in the series. I'm not sure if it's a series or it was just like a collection. Okay. I think it might just be like a companion. Like, you don't have to read it in order, but it's kind of better if you do read it in order. Now, this is the one that I want to read, but as I'm currently reading the... What are you doing, cat? Since I'm currently reading whatever book I'm reading, I don't remember what it's called. Heartless by Gina Showalter. This is going to be still on my to be read pile. So the next book that I want to talk about is Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. And this one is, I'm going to read the synopsis. I can't speak today. Maybe some tea will help. I just love my little cup. It's got the kitty cat on it. I just love the crap out of this cup. It's so cute. Oh, steam up my glasses. Oh, that's warm. That is delicious though. Okay. Linda is spending the summer in Tuscany, but she isn't in the mood for Italy's famous sunshine and fairy tale landscape. She's only there because it was her mother's dying wish that she get to know her father. But what kind of father isn't around for 16 years? All Lena wants to do is go back home. But then she is giving a journal that her mom had kept when she lived in Italy. Suddenly, Lena's uncovering a magical world of secret romances, art, and hidden bakeries. A world that inspires her along with her ever so charming Wren to follow in her mother's footsteps and unearth a secret that has been kept for far too long. It's a secret that will change everything Lena knew about her mother, her father, and even herself. People come to Italy for love and gelato, someone tells her, but sometimes they discover much more. Get off the piano! Now! Sorry about that. My cat's on my piano. But yeah, it sounds really good. It's love and like I am super excited about this. I have not read her yet, but it sounds good. I actually got the book recommendation. It's for anybody that wants to have the recommendation, but actually from Haley and Bookland. That is where I got it from. So here's me recommending a book if you want. Any of these books that I have mentioned, you guys can read them if you want, because they're really good, I think. And then the next one by that same author, the Jenna Evans Welch, is Love and Olives. Also by Jenna Evans Welch. So this one sounds pretty good too. If I've learned anything from the Legend of Atlantis, it is this: stories evolve. They get passed down and twisted, and sometimes they come out okay. And other times they quadruple the size of continents or transport timelines or entirely different centuries. Mine and my father's story was like this, until the summer I flew to Greece to write a new one. The right one. The only story that ever mattered. I'm pretty excited about this. Playful. Babies. What are you doing? Are you gonna lay on there? Could you not take over my spot, please? Playful, get off the table! Hey. Sorry, my cats are being little turds today. The next book that I want to talk about is Second Chance Summer by... Who is it by? It must be Morgan Matson. So that one sounds pretty good. I don't actually even really know what it's about. Let's read it then to find out. Okay. Taylor Edwards has a tendency to run away when things get tough. But when her father is diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, Taylor knows this is one situation she can't outrun. Ugh, that's sad. To have one last summer together, Taylor's parents decided to take the family back to their old lake house in Poconos. Even though Taylor was 12 the last time she went to Lake Phoenix, the people she left behind are still there. Like her former best friend Lucy, who's still hurting from a long ago betrayal, and her first crush Henry, who's gotten 5 years cuter. With nights full of fireflies and fireworks, the summer holds the possibility of forgiveness and maybe even love. Taylor wants to hold on to the moment instead of walking away, but she knows the end of summer is getting closer, and that time is running out to make the most of her second chance. I like it. Sounds good. Okay. The next book that I have to talk about is Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. Now, I read one of her other books, and it was You Should See Me in a Crown. Now, I don't normally like books that are, let's say, more realistic tellings. They don't have fantasy, they don't have creatures in them, or anything like that. Like, I am purely fantasy romance reader. Like, I don't usually read outside of that genre. It's very rare that I read outside that genre. But I decided that I was going to take a little bit of a outside my comfort zone, and I was going to do a bunch of books that I don't normally read. So this is another one that I don't normally read. And all of these books that I have here are nonfiction. They are not fantasy romance at all. They're just like normal everyday life. So I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, let's stop gibbering so I can get to reading the synopsis. Let me turn on my light first, though. Excuse me for a second. There we go. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. My pants are falling down. My shirt's riding up. Everything is just not working well for me today. Okay. Okay, let's read the synopsis now. Okay. 3 days, 2 girls, 1 life-changing music festival. Olivia is an expert at falling in love and at being dumped. But after the fallout from her last breakup has left her an outcast at school and at home, she's determined to turn over a new leaf. A crush-free weekend at Farmland Music and Arts Festival with her best friend is just what she needs to get her mind off the senior year that awaits her. I always love stories that are told high school. It's always fun for me. Oh, sorry. I'm so tired today. I didn't sleep well last night. I also have 3 cats, though, so that's probably why. Okay. Tony is 1 week away from starting college, and it's the last place she wants to be. Unsure about what she wants to become, and still reeling in the wake of the loss of her musician-turned-roadie father, she's heading back to the music festival that changed his life in the hopes that following in his footsteps will help her find her own way forward. When the two arrive at Farmland, the last thing they expect is to realize that they need to join forces in order to get what they're searching for out of the weekend. As they work together, the festival becomes so much more complicated than they have bargained for. Olivia and Tony will find that they need each other and music more than they ever could have imagined. Packed with irresistible romance and irrepressible heart, best-selling author Leah Johnson delivers a stunning and cymatic story about grief, love, and the remarkable power of music to heal and connect us all. I really like this because I've recently lost my grandpa, and I probably talk about this quite often. And music was our thing. I'm trying not to tear up. Music was our thing. And he was always playing his fiddle and just so many things that we love to do together. So this, I think, is going to be a hard read for me because grief is hard to deal with. It's very hard to deal with, and a lot of times I want to phone my grandpa and just be happy and, exclaim and all that jazz to him and tell him how incredibly happy I am. And I know that I can talk to him because I know, even though he joked around about going to heaven, I know he's there because he was such a good person. Okay, now I'm going to stop talking about my grandpa before I start tearing up more. Anyways, I'm good. Okay. The next book that I want to talk about is Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch. That is, I think, the 3rd book. I think it's the 3rd book. I could be wrong. Anyways, I think they're just companions, so you can read either hello, baby. Either three of those books, you don't have to read them all in order. I'm just going by what Goodreads says, so that's just what I'm doing. Playful, what are you doing back there? Get out of there. Come on. Playful, come here. Little monster. My cat's being ridiculous. My cats are being ridiculous today. Okay. So, I heard that this one is supposed to be good. Oh, I guess I should read. Sorry, I'll read the back of... crap. Back of this book. Excuse me. Addie is visiting Ireland for her aunt's over-the-top destination wedding, and hoping she can stop thinking about the one horrible thing that left her miserable and heartbroken and threatens her future. And her brother Ian isn't about to let her forget, and his constant needling leads to arguments and even a fist fight between the two once inseparable siblings. What are you doing? Playful. Hey, get over here. That's what I thought, Mr. Man. My cat is being ridiculously a shithead. Ugh, my gosh. Okay, sorry about that. But when Addie discovers an unusual guidebook, Ireland for the Heartbroken, hidden in the dusty shelves of the hotel library, she's finally able to escape her anxious mind and Ian's criticism. And then their travel plans change. Suddenly, Addie finds herself on a... Hey! Sorry. Addie finds herself on a whirlwind tour of the Emerald Isles, whatever. Trapped in the world's smallest vehicle with Ian and his admittedly cute Irish accented friend Rowan. And the trio journeys over breathtaking green hills, past countless castles, and through a number of fairy tale forests, Addie hopes her guidebook will heal not only her broken heart, but also her shattered relationship with her brother. That is, if they don't get completely lost along the way. This sounds hilarious, and I've always wanted to go to Ireland, so I'm kind of branching out and going to different book genres that I don't normally read, which I'm actually kind of enjoying. So, I'm gonna keep reading these books, and if I enjoy them, then awesome. If I don't, well, whatever, at least I tried. Okay. I have 3 books left, so this video is going to be very long, and I'm sorry, but what do you do? Okay, the next book that I want to talk about is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. So... this is about, okay. Olive Torres is used to being the unlucky twin. From inexplicable mishaps to a recent layoff, her life seems to almost be comically jinxed. But by contrast, her sister Amy is an eternal champion. She even managed to finance her entire wedding by winning a slew of contests. Unfortunately for Olive, the only thing worse than constant bad luck is having to spend the wedding day with the best man and her nemesis, Ethan Thomas. Olive braces herself for wedding hell, determined to put on a brave face, but when an entire wedding party gets food poisoning, the only people who aren't affected are Olive and Ethan. Suddenly, there's a free honeymoon up for grabs, and Olive will be damned if Ethan gets to enjoy a paradise solo. Agreeing to a temporary truce, the pair head for Maui. After all, 10 days of bliss are worth having to assume the role of loving newlyweds, right? But the weird thing is, Olive doesn't mind playing pretend. In fact, the more she pretends to be the luckiest woman alive, the more it feels like she might be. With Christina Lauren's uniquely hilarious and touching voice, The Honeymooners is a romantic comedy for anyone who has ever felt unlucky in love. Which, being as, I know February is coming up, but being as it's a library book, as you can see the barcode, I'm going to read it regardless of the fact that it is almost the end of September, or middle of September. But yeah, this is actually sounding really hilarious, and I'm definitely can't wait to get into this. Okay, the next read that I have is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Augusta Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Anders writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses, broke and bogged down with writer's block. Then one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus? Sorry, I can't pronounce that name. We'll spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of a rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backward death cult, obviously. Everyone will finish the book, and no one will fall in love, really. I think this is going to be hilarious. I absolutely love when they include either books in the book, so the main characters loving books, being bookworms in a book. I love that part of it. And I also love the writing. Like, I think Stephen King's, what is that one book? Misery, that's the book I'm thinking, where she's so in love with she loves Arthur so much, she kidnaps him and breaks his kneecaps and everything or she saves him from the car crash first, as is the movie, and then slowly turns into a crazy person and freaking breaks her legs and all that jazz. And I was just like, I don't want that to happen, obviously, because it's two authors, it's not a crazy fan, but that book is just so good, and I have not read that Stephen King book, so that might be the pick for October's book club book. Keep watching my videos, because I will announce it at the end of September when I do my September, I guess, wrap up book club. I guess the end of the month book club book wrap up would be. But yeah, that looks really good. Now, this next book, I do not know if it's the first book or the second book. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Oh yeah, it's book 1. Okay, so I tried to read this. Well, I didn't try to read this, but I took it out from the library once, but of course, I decided I had to read other books instead. So the book I'm going to talk about is Call Down the Hawk by Megan Stepfader. I can't pronounce her name, sorry. And this, I think, it's a book just about Roman. If you haven't already read the Raven Cycle, I definitely recommend that book series. It's very good. Actually, any books that she wrote, they're so good. Especially the Scorpio races. That was such a good series or book. I think it was a series, but I can't remember. It was so good, though. I definitely recommend, like, all her books. They're so good. But yeah, this is about Ronan. Or Ronan, sorry. I don't want to read the synopsis because I don't want you guys to get, like... Excuse me for a second. I have to go let out my cat. Ugh. Okay, I'm coming, Snowball. Oh, a cat fell over. Sorry about that. Whoops. Okay. Basically, it's about Ronan and you learn about them, the trio, the Raven Cycle, and all that stuff if you read the Raven Cycles books. So go and read that because it's really good. There. Come on, thank you. But yeah, that is the books that I have read, want to read as well. If you guys have any other books that you want me to talk about, or books that you have read that you want to recommend me, or books you want me to, if you want me to do a recommendations read, I can do that because I have so many books and I really want you guys to enjoy my channel. I know that it's not as professional as some others because they do this for a living. I just do this for fun. I think I'm getting more confident in it. I could totally be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting way more confident in what I'm doing, which makes me really happy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It was very fun, even though I'm pretty tired and I work today, so it was a lot today. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope to talk to you guys soon about all the books that I want to read and all that stuff. I'm just gonna basically go through all the books that I want to read this week. Uh-oh. Shoot. Whatever. But yeah, that's all for now, and I will see you guys later. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you in my next video on Thursday. Okay, bye. Have a great day.